मिला रेपो रेट 50 बेसिस पॉइंट कमिची रेपो रेट घोषणा करिसंती आरबीआई रो गवर्नर संजय मोलहोत्रा इनी घोषणा करिसंती रेपो रेट 5.5% कमिची विभिन्न ऋणर किस्ती यह द्वारा कम हेबो लगातार तृतीय थर पई कमिची रेपो रेट ये वर्तमान समय जहाँ बड़ खबर समस्तंकर नजर मध्य रहितला रेपो रेट 50 बेसिस पॉइंट कमिची घोषणा करिसंती आरबीआई गवर्नर जहाँ द्वारा इंटरेस्ट जहाँ रही ऋणर आपण को कम देवाकू पड़िबो बैंक माने मध्य निजर इंटरेस्ट कम करिवे सीधा सड़क दर्शक बंधु आपण को नहीं जाउछु आरबीआई गवर्नर को प्रेस मीट को
and April, and this is despite the increase in gold prices which exerted an upward pressure. The outlook for inflation provides towards benign prices across major constituents. The record wheat production and higher production of key pulses in the Rabi crop season should ensure adequate supply of key food items. Going forward, the likely above normal monsoon, along with its early onset, augurs well for Kharif crop prospects. Reflecting this, inflation expectations are showing a moderating trend, and this is more so for the rural households. Most projections point towards continued moderation in prices of key commodities. This includes crude oil, which is of critical significance to us. Notwithstanding these favorable prognoses, we need to remain watchful of weather-related uncertainties and the still evolving tariff-related concerns with their attendant impact on global commodity prices. Taking all these factors into consideration and assuming a normal monsoon, CPI inflation for the financial year 25-26 is now projected at 3.7%, as I mentioned earlier. This is a downward revision from our earlier forecast of 4%. We are projecting inflation for Q1 at 2.9%, Q2 at 3.4%, Q3 at 3.9%, and Q4 at 4.4%. The risks are evenly balanced. I'll now come to the external sector. With a moderation in trade deficit in Q4 24-25, alongside strong services exports and remittance receipts, the current account deficit for last year 24-25 is expected to remain low. We are yet to get the final figures. Furthermore, despite rising geopolitical uncertainties and trade tensions, India's merchandise trade remained robust in April 2025. As imports grew faster than exports, trade deficit, however, widened during the month, which is the month of April. Going forward, net services and remittance receipts are likely to remain in surplus, counterbalancing the rise in trade deficit. The current account deficit for this year, 25-26, is therefore expected to remain well within the sustainable levels. On the financing side, in 24-25, foreign portfolio investment to India dropped sharply to $1.7 billion as foreign portfolio investors booked profits in equities. Net foreign direct investment, FDI, too moderated. I would like to take a moment over here because there has been large and widespread commentary on this moderation of net FDI. Now, we look at net FDI primarily because of our concern regarding foreign exchange reserves, where the net becomes important. It's not only the net the inflows, but also the outflows, which actually lead to either an accretion or a depletion in the foreign exchange reserves. However, when it comes to investment, then it is the gross FDI which is actually important, and gross FDI last year actually increased quite sharply. 14% is a very robust growth that we had, 81 billion US dollars. And so India continues therefore to be an attractive investment destination, despite there being a moderation as we are seeing in net inflows, which is primarily because of rise in repatriation, which is again a very good sign of a maturing market where foreign investors can enter and exit smoothly, and at the same time higher gross FDI, which is again a sign of our large industrial and other companies